This is my first EV. After testing this for 4 weeks, I've spent over 50 hours in this car. I have some very interesting conclusions. I've found the good sides and bad sides of this car, and I want to share them with you now. I've tested it with family, with other people, but we're gonna start with the good news first, and I'll leave the bad news till last. Number one, we gotta talk about the drivability of this car, the driving experience. And this is where I've just got some good news for you. This has 530 horsepower. It goes 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds. It is seriously impressive. It's got 4-wheel drive. It's absolutely fantastic. Do I have any downsides about the drive of this car? Not really. Honestly, it is just amazing. The entertainment system, different screens, the heads-up display, it just makes driving this car very, very convenient. Now, there are some things to get used to with the navigation and there's some shortcuts. I highly recommend you look in some of the other content on the channel to find out some of the shortcuts. When you know the shortcuts, it's actually a lot easier to drive than you think. And by the way, if you like driving different cars, then you probably are interested in the following segment. The answer is car subscription called Flexed. And I found this company when I was looking for a new car, and I wasn't exactly sure which car I wanted to try. And that subscription idea, that actually sold me. Well, how does it work? So, you go to the website, pick a car, and then after 28 days, you can change the car. Change to a different car. You can change the car after every 28 days. Ever wanted to have multiple cars and not actually commit to a car, but just try lots of different cars? Well, this is it. Pay a fee depending on which car you choose. Enjoy a new car. This car was literally brand new when I got this one. Road tax, manufacturer's warranty, and breakdown cover with roadside assistance already included in the price. Go pick up the car or get it delivered and cancel anytime you want after 28 days. So if you want to try different cars or you're not sure which car to buy and you'd like to just have a little go first, go check out these guys in the video description below or the QR code. In fact, I actually reached out to them and asked if you can get a discount code so you can use the code TN50 to get 50% off your sign-up fees. Send an email to the one what you've seen on the screen right now, or check it out in the video description below. I'll leave the link in there and on the pinned comments if you want to do that. I'm loving it. So if you want a different car in the winter and a different car in the summer, it's doable. For the first time ever. Second thing to talk about is the space in the car. Driving position and the passengers. You've got plenty of space. Even though the floor is quite high, higher than in a normal non-EVs, because the floor is battery basically, you still have plenty of space to get comfortable, and it's amazing in the front seat. But usually what happens in the back seat is a little bit cramped because manufacturers prioritize the front seat.
Can you move your seat up? No.
But the back seat is amazing. Whoever's been on the back seat, I've asked them, what's the drive like? And they've always had really, really good experience in the back seat. In fact, I'm slightly jealous of the people who are in the back because they can enjoy the sunroof and enjoy the drive. No issues about that. Regarding space, there is only one little downside, which is the boot capacity, which I don't find is the biggest, but they have made the little compromise of giving more space in the back seat and then taking a little bit of the space out from the boot. But that's a very, very tiny margin. But if you do require boot space, you're probably not going to go with a saloon car anyway. You're going to look for an estate or something different, and there's different cars in that. But that being said, this car doesn't necessarily have the biggest boot space in the class. Next up, we're going to talk about charging. 45 kilowatts, 47. So this is a 50 kilowatt charger, and it's just under 50 kilowatts. Now, this car supports 150 kilowatts maximum DC charging. But here's the thing, I haven't actually seen that fast charging. I've tried lots of different chargers over the last 4 weeks. I tried the 150 kilowatt charging. There I saw maximum 70, 80 kilowatt charging. That was my first charging experience. Then I tried Tesla 250 kilowatt charger, just always the same, around 70, 80 kilowatts. So I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong or there's some issues with the chargers. I'm not exactly sure. Can you see here? On ZapMap, you can see that one is 200 kilowatts and the other one's 63. And I'm using the 200 kilowatt charger, so I thought, oh, maybe I'm getting 150 kilowatt charging. Actually, no, this is just 50 kilowatts, not 200. So sometimes you might turn up in a place and you're like, oh, this is good, but it's not actually good. But here's the thing, charging EVs publicly is an actual scam and rip-off anyway. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out my last episode about the charging. All the secrets, how much I've spent and how many miles I've driven. Is it actually equivalent, cheaper or more expensive than petrol, diesel, hybrid cars? You'll find out. But when you're charging this at home, you're gonna have no trouble, and that's what you should be doing. Here's 6 interesting, bad and good facts about BYD Seal that I've discovered in 4 weeks. This time we'll start with the bad news. Number 1, the wiper washing fluid gets sprayed on very, very weak. So it almost sprays underneath the wipers rather than over the wipers. It's a little bit annoying. Number 2, the indication sound. If you've got your indicator on just like that, the thing is, if the car starts to warn you about anything else, you're going to lose the sound of indicating, which makes you think that you didn't put the indicator on, yet you did, but it just feels like there's only one single audio mono channel to give you all the alerts or alarms, which also includes the indicator sound, which is just a little bit confusing, and that needs to change. Number 3, in the backseat, there's no through loading from the middle. So if you want to take someone skiing, you're going to have to lose one of the seats and put one of the seats down. There's no through loading. Number 4, make sure that you turn off the child presence detection in the car. If you've stopped, you've turned the car off and you just sat in the car alarm goes off in the next 5 minutes or so. I don't know why this is there. Turn it off. You can do that in the settings. Number 5 is the fans. Every time I come into the car, I seem to not find this fan setting saved, and it's always spraying somewhere else, and adjusting that is a little bit annoying. Number 6 is the shortcut to temperature and airflow. If you want to turn the fans up, 3 fingers, you turn right and they go up. So right and down on the left side. Yet when you want to do this for temperature, which is up and down, it works exactly the opposite. So when you're pulling down, it actually goes warmer, and then when you push up, it actually goes colder, which is very, very confusing. Now, 6 good sides about the car. It's got a heat pump included with the airflow and heating and cooling down of the car, which means that the air conditioning on or off setting does not affect your range. Number 2, in the top corner there is an angle meter, so you'll know if you'll be going up the hill or down the hill. That helps you to understand why you're using more or less electricity, or when you're actually producing electricity, because it's got regenerative braking, which means that when you're braking or going down the hill, it charges the battery. Number 3, BYD's origin is not actually car manufacturing, but battery manufacturing. They have amazing battery manufacturing. In fact, one of the best batteries in the world. And their batteries are very, very safe. I've actually seen a test on YouTube where they crashed the car sideways, both sides, twice, slammed the car into a post, which should actually wreck the battery because all of the floor is battery. Then what they did is they took the battery off and then mounted it to another car and then turned the other car on and drove away. Their batteries are impressive. In fact, their batteries even pass the piercing test. Even if you put a nail through their battery, which usually explodes the battery, nothing happens. Pretty amazing battery technology. Which leads me to number 4, which is pretty interesting. The car actually comes with a very interesting cable which you can plug in the back of the car into the charging port, and you can use the car the other way around. Use the car as like a portable battery pack, and then use your toasters and plug in anything you want. So it's just got like an extension lead that plugs into the back of the charging socket. Just pretty interesting. Number 5 takes me actually further down below, which is these mats. Usually you will either have plastic or rubber mats or carpets, but in here you've got both. You've got carpets on top, and then underneath you have rubber mats. I don't know if this comes as standard for BYD Seal, but that is extra protection and extra utility and comfort at the same time. Pretty cool. And finally, number 6, which is my favorite thing. On the steering wheel, every single button is a physical button. So you don't need to do any touch sensitivity things. It just works really well. They've nailed this. I am loving this. So then, do I recommend buying this BYD Seal Excellence or not? First thing that you need to know is that there's been quite a few upgrades, and what I've seen online, all the other reviews of the car, I haven't experienced a lot of the downsides what people are seeing online, because I think BYD must have updated them over the software. So I'm actually really happy with the car's software. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. I think there's some extra software updates that can be done, but I think it's very good and interesting what they've done already, but it's improving. I am actually slightly sad to let go of this car, because in 2-3 days I'm going to be swapping this car for something else. So if you want to see what I'm getting, subscribe. I'm actually slightly worried because I've had such a good experience with this car. I'm enjoying the performance. This is the fastest car I've ever driven. And if you think that you've experienced fast car, this is just on a whole other level. You're gonna be smoking 99.9% of the cars on the streets. It is absolutely fantastic. On paper, this says that you're gonna get 323 miles of range. And I was like, that's pretty impressive if you're gonna get it. Here's the thing, I'm just checking at the stats of the cumulative AEC, which is average electricity consumption, and I'm seeing 31.1 kilowatt hours for 100 miles. Now that is not actually getting us to 300 miles. Now over the last 600-900 miles almost that I've done with this, a lot of it in the city miles, some of it on the highway as well, and motorway miles. So in real world, I'm seeing about 270 to 300 miles. Now, could I improve it? Yes, I can. I've been quite heavy on the throttle, and I've just enjoyed the performance of this, and that's why perhaps it's using more. And even at that point, there's enough miles to get me where I'm going every day. So my weekly commute, normal commute, I would have to charge the car once a week, maybe even less if I wanted to, but every Friday you just plug it in at home and you can get the miles done what I want to get done. But the next car should have even bigger mileage, which is very impressive. The last question then is, do I recommend this car? And the answer is yes. This is the best car I have ever driven. That's it. Want to know what we drive next? See you in the next episode.